While you're over at the team store courtside, check out tonight's merch item of the game, our inaugural season basketball for just $20. Be sure to get one while supplies last. Score exclusive Charlotte Crown memorabilia by scanning the QR code on the video board now. Unlock access to raffles, auctions, and more with Dash. Our team signed mini basketball auction is still going on. Be sure to get your bids in before it's too late. The auction closes tomorrow at 7 p.m. Celebrating something special tonight? Visit the ticket information booth on the main concourse outside section 107 to purchase a special in-game announcement tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the court for pregame warm-ups. Your Charlotte Crown.
Hit it like a Super Bowl, man. Then it big as the what? Big as the what? Big as the what? Big as the Super Bowl, but the difference is it's just two guys playing that they did in the studio. Usually send they verses back to me and they be terrible, just like a 2-year-old. I love a dinner with some fine women when they start debating about who the GOAT. I'm like, go ahead, say it then. Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who you really rooting for, like a kid that had bad from January to November. It's just you and Cole. Biggest the what? Biggest the what? Biggest the what? Biggest the Super Bowl. Thirsty to put me in beef. Dissecting my words and start looking too deep. I look at the tweets and start sucking my teeth. I'm letting it rock cause I love the mystique. I still wanna give me a song where I be. Can't trust everything that you saw on IG. Just know if I diss you, I make sure you know that I hit you like I'm on your call ID. I'm naming the album to fall off. It's pretty ironic cause it ain't no follow for me. Still in this getting bigger. They waiting on the kid to come drop like a father to be. Love when they argue the hardest MC. Is it K-Dot, is it Aubrey or me? We the big three like we started a league. But right now I feel like Muhammad Ali. Yeah, Muhammad Ali, the one that they call when they connecting no more. Feel like I got a job in IT. Rhyming with me is the biggest mistake. The Spider-Man meme is me looking at Drake. It's like we recruited your homies to be demon deacons. We got them attending your wake. Hey, how the gang got away from the bars, man, it like a prison escape. Everybody steppers with and everybody breakfast, and I'm about to clear up my plate. When I show up, it's motion picture blockbuster. The goat with the golden pen, the top toucher, the spot rusher. Spray this whole up, the crop duster. Not Russia, but apply pressure to your cranium. Cold's automatic when aiming with the boy in the status of stadium. Hey, I'm about to.
I get those goosebumps every time, you come around, you ease my mind, you make everything feel fine. Worry about those calls, I'm way too numb, it's way too dumb, I get those goosebumps every time. I need the Heimlich, throw that to the side, I get those goosebumps every time, when you're not around, when you throw that to the side, I get those goosebumps every time, 713 through the 281, I'm riding. Why they on me? Why they on me? I'm flying, sipping low key. I'm sipping low key in Onyx, find a rider. When I'm pulling up right beside you, pop star Lil Mariah. When I text kick game wireless, throw a stack on the Bible. Never Snapchat or took my own. She fall through plenty, her and all her guineas. We at the top floor, right there off Duini. Oh no, I can't with y'all. When I'm with my squad, I cannot do no wrong. Saucepan in the city, don't get misinformed. They gon' pull up on you. We gon' do some things you can't relate. Cause we from a place you cannot stay. Or you can't go, or I don't know. Or back the f*** up off me.
The biggest, the largest. Been stepping up since my mama stayed in them apartments. Regardless, my daddy told me keep the heat even when I'm in foreigns. I'm heartless, cause these niggas is hating on me just because I'm the biggest, the largest, the biggest, the largest. 30K on my riches for hard times. These niggas just mad cause they in my archives. Jordan came back, so the 4-5. If you play then you lay right there by your own kind. Pull up a 4 in a loco, tell them run this bitch back like so-so. Got this rap here in the chokehold. Did a show out in Austin, shout out to Bobo. Moved out the trenches, now look how we live. Tell my BM to furnish the crib. Walk out the mall with some shoes for the kids. Deposit the checks from my bank full of M's. Paid up my rent, now I'm up for the year. The view look crazy from here. What I paid for some dogs could've bought me veneers. Texas piece on my neck could've bought your career. Safe to say I'm the biggest, the largest. Been stepping up since my mama stayed in them apartments. Regardless, my daddy told me keep the heat even when I'm in foreigns. I'm heartless, cause these niggas is hating on me just because I'm the biggest, the largest, the biggest, the largest. Stuffing Cali blood, weed in the blunt. Let my little brother roll him a Dutch. My little boy get whatever he want. Madam T don't be asking for much. Pour and lean on the nuggets and runs. Spill the rest of that drink in a punch. Left wrist on some, I had to stunt. Right wrist, I just did it because 600 the labor, you know how we coming. Tell them they ain't taking nothing. Standing on business, we shooting the punches. Hey, nigga, go get you some money. I just got off a tour, finna go on another one. Album done, finna drop me another one. Couple M's, finna run up another one. Super Bowl ring, still had to go double. Safe to say I'm the biggest, the largest. Been stepping up since my mama stayed in them apartments. Regardless, my daddy told me keep the heat even when I'm in foreigns. I'm heartless, cause these niggas is hating on me just because I'm the biggest, the largest, the biggest, the largest. Hey.
I'ma show you gon' need 3 promoters. I got the body from Jim Ellis, but I had switched the motor. I got these back round this, they all the coders. Yeah. I just told her make a story. Yeah. I just bought all the Trojans. Yeah. I told her style my mix. Yeah. I told her stop telling everything she seen and told her meet me at the Ritz. Let's go. I got baguettes in the back of my ring and I went in trying to hit. I told her she gotta run through the team before she can talk to the lit. Lamb chop, I just pulled up in some food. I told her mama tie all my shoes. Showed her 2 million cash, now she woozing. 20 watches and I'm still snoozing. I had came up out the trenches, then I had beat a few bodies like Boosie. She said you book 'em, I show you my group. Yeah, I had to sing to this spot like Lil Tusi. Yeah. Let's go. Got a backwood on her nightstand, she must just do it gone. With slacks and we gonna eat rats and I came with some piranhas.
I got my one, need somebody grow me a tree. Came out the hood in my truck, got a hood knife, I got the car with no keys. She put a street knee, only one she got hit at the street knee. I'm feeling the rich this week, influence my family to not be cheap.
I was cooking up a key, trying to serve it to the street. Couple had beef, so I had the chief keep. I got homies from the 2, I got homies from the 3. I keep everything neutral, I just want to leave. I was running up a check, try me, he gon' get the tag. Hear a lot of talk, ain't it press me yet. I'm in Houston V live, throwing racks, that's a bet. And you ain't a real if you don't rep your set. Push it, 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 push it. Go get the money, go get the money. 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 Push it, 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 push it. Go get the money, go get the money. 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 Cooking on the pot, got a scale way to rock. Almost burnt my hand, I forgot the was hot. I'm just trying to get a knot. Had to up in my sock. Leave me alone, leave me alone. I can work my own block.
Feelings for you, hope you ain't loving the crew. How many bodies you got? Pray it ain't more than a few. Know that you dealt with some lames when you was young and in school. He had to pop your cherry, but I got it wet like a pool. She got a new G-Wag, she wanna hit highlight room and show it off. Got a new body, girl, show it off. It's a Brazilian, I know it's all. Toned up and she got a 6-pack. Look like she used to play volleyball. American Express, you can have it all. Code to the safe, you can have it all. Your main page, what's your Finsta? I wanna know the real you. You started dancing to pay your tuition, girl, I wanna know what you been through. You want a boutique or you wanna sell hair? Just let me know what you into. If you out in public and he want your number, just tell him I spin you.
The way you make me feel these days. Some getting dry for you, baby girl. Smoking top for you, baby girl. Burn somebody block for you, the way you make me feel these days. Coming out my body for you, baby girl. Wipe them like you snotty for you, baby girl. Coming out my body for you. Damn, just turned on the news and seen that man who never got in school and making laws about what women could do. I gotta protect you. I'm a made man, tied in all the way, baby, so I gotta respect you. Put hands.
Please me, baby. Turn around and just tease me, baby. You got what I want and what I need, baby.
Let me hear you say,
Please.
let me hear you say.
talk about 2 letters, cross tracks, he say he riding on whoever. Tar Heels, Carolina Blue Devils, we make it rain, blue hundreds, new weather. I can't stand them, dude talk that shit like he gon' shoot better. If you knew better, you'd do better. Broke my Rolex, went got a new bezel. Matter of fact, I did it 2 times, gave me a discount like I had a coupon. We straight forever, 2 lines, drinking on yellow and purple, 2 kinds. Ice game cold, Freon smoking, I'm in LA like LeBron. Pick off like Dion, straight from the bottom, the streets where I begun. Bring this back like a rerun. Try to be cool, I try for a reason. Sweet Capri Suns, he pushing P for peons. I'm going crazy, David Ruffin. Matter of fact, I'm going Leon. I got the streets, can't tell me nothing. Doing drive-bys in the Nissan. Used to get packs from Dazon. Now I'm spinning like Rayvon. I'm killing like Jason. My biggest fear was having a gay son. I'm coming back, late run. In the 4th quarter, I'm trying to spray some. Put him straight on his back, lay some. For the trenches, you know we'll take some. Pack touchdown, TD. All of my sons tell me they wanna be me. I look at my life like a repeat, not on the news, but they see me on TV. I got a cousin who blood and a cousin who crip and a brother who GD. We get it straight out the mud, we moving in old school like CDs. Yeah, let's get out the mud, we moving old school like CDs.
Nothing new under the sun, nobody fucking with sun. I got a couple of sons, a couple of guns, a couple of that bust up the party and fuck up the fun. She digging me and I'm cuffing a friend. She igging you while we for fun. I got a suck in the thumb, that my little baby. She call me daddy like grandmama baby. If this Sunday dinner, my hand on the gravy. I've been on the craziest wave. If I'm on the stage, it was my minimum wage. This ain't no kennel, but hey, if just without that barking, we sending them straight. So in a way, we the dog catchers. How many bullets your dog catching? Sawed off, raw dog fashion. Hard off, hope dog catch. Damn. I woke up for some money. Hey, Luke. Too many ops here. Tell me who you with. Hey.
Potato over my gun. I'm moving silence cause be clocking my funds. When they should keep eye on they cause baby girl coming with son. Be judging my moves, but please tell me what have you done? My cousin that day out the party for fun. Pistol grips get the squeezing. Wish it go wood like Liam Neeson. I don't even need a reason. Loyalty over treason. They come and see me. Put some respect on my name. Inside of my city I claim. I try to
send flowers, but you said you didn't receive. But you said you didn't need them. That girl is a real crowd, please. Small world, all her friends know of me. Young bull living like an old keys. Quick release the cash, watch it fall slowly. Frat girl still trying to get in. Haters mad for whatever reason. Smoke in the air, binge drinking. They lose it when the DJ drops the knee. Getting so gone, I'm not blinking. What in the world was I thinking? New day, new money to be made. There is nothing to explain. I'm a black beetle, cream seats in the Regal, rocking John Lennon lenses. Like to see him spread eagle. Took a beer to the club and let a party on the table, screaming everybody's famous. Like clockwork, I blow it all, then get some more. Get you somebody that can do both. Like Beatles got the fake belly rolling. She thinks she love me, I think she trolling. That girl is a real crowd, please. Small world, all her friends know of me. Young bull living like an old geese. Quick release the cash, watch it fall slowly. Frat girl still trying to get in. Haters mad for whatever reason. Smoke in the air, binge drink. They lose it when the DJ drops the knee.
Came in with 2 girls look like strippers in their real clothes. A broke, only point me to a repo. A yellow, green hair, a real weirdo. Black man, yellow lamb, red like dope. They say they grew up, them just came in through the side though. It's so much money on the floor, we buying school clothes. Why you bring a money machine to the club for? And a pint of
national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, we're so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It started with an idea. January 2025, a new league was introduced to the world. 4 cities chosen to lead the way: Jacksonville, Savannah, Greensboro, Charlotte. A foundation was set, but this was only the beginning. Fast forward to October 2025, the 4 teams found an identity, a name, a logo, a coach, from expansion teams to showcases to local tryouts. We stayed busy building, and we saw what this league could really be. From an idea to a vision to a reality. And now, May 2026. History begins with you. The first ever UPSHOT League basketball season starts now.
Introducing this evening's starting lineup for the visiting Greensboro Groove. At forward, 6'4" from the University of North Carolina, number 0, Mimea Gakde. At guard, 5'4" from Norfolk State, number 3, Diamond Johnson. At guard, 5'10" from Michigan State, number 5, Kamaria McDaniel. At guard, 5'11" from UConn, number 8, Kristen Williams. At guard, 6'3" from Colorado, number 21, Maya Hollingshead. Greensboro is led by head coach Janice Washington. Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet and make some noise. She is fearless, flawless, and ready to represent the Charlotte Crown. Make some noise for Riga.
Town.
and gentlemen, let's meet tonight's Charlotte Crown starting five. At center, 6'3" from the University of Memphis, number 7, Quinzaya Fulmore. At forward, 6'2" from the University of South Carolina, number...
Let's get it, let's go from inside Bojangles Coliseum on this Memorial Day Monday as we honor those who have served. It's the second home game of this season for the Charlotte Crown as they face off against the Greensboro Groove for the first time in franchise history. Two teams representing the state of North Carolina, the Queen City against the Gate City as the UPSHOT League season continues. What's up, everybody? Alongside Emery Satoris, my name is Sam Hyman. Glad you are with us. We can't wait for what's in store tonight. Another opportunity for both of these teams. Charlotte comes in with a 1-1 record, taking on a Greensboro team, Emery, that is playing its third game in 4 days. What stands out to you about this matchup?
Yeah, I mean, you talk about the Queen City versus the Gate City. This is a natural rivalry in this new league. So, you know, Charlotte is leading the league in points per game. So they talk a lot about transition, stop, and offense. And so I think the key to tonight's game is for them to get some stops. You know, we saw a lot of quick whistles early on in the last game versus Jacksonville. So Charlotte's probably looking to try to get a little bit more of a flow to start the game. So I think the first 5 minutes for both teams tonight are going to be crucial. Charlotte, for them, you win over your home crowd. You're now 0-1 at home. Can you get the momentum first 5 minutes going, get a little bit better start? And for Greensboro, 0-2 on the road so far. You've also got to take advantage of those first 5 minutes because it's going to be crucial for tonight's setup too, especially on the road.
Let's meet the starting lineups. First for the visiting Greensboro Groove, Diamond Johnson is the straw that stirs the drink for the Groove. She dropped 30 points in the UPSHOT League debut. A couple of weeks ago, she dropped 24 last time out. She's joined by Kristen Williams, a 26-year-old former number 14 pick in the 2022 WNBA draft. Maya Hollingshed in the front court along with Maria Gakdang, a 6'4" post player, and Kamaria McDaniel also will be a primary ball handler for the Groove. For the Charlotte Crown, the starting five, Deja Kelly, Reagan Richardson, A.D. Durr, Lily Grissett, and the newly inserted starter is Quinzaya Fulmore, who dropped 8 points in just 12 minutes in the home opener a couple of days ago. Despite losing to Jacksonville, she was by far one of the best players on the floor when you look at the numbers. Our officiating crew for tonight's matchup, Callie Patterson, Utaya Sullivan, and Arrington Jones. And away we go. The inaugural UPSHOT League season continues. And it's Charlotte with the basketball in the home white uniforms, Greensboro in the road navy unis. This is Reagan Richardson, the former Duke Blue Devil and Georgia Bulldog. Offensive rebound. And there's Fulmore.
If you're Charlotte, you like to see that early O board. They could have used that last game versus Jacksonville.
Points in the paint and just the paint area in general. Jacksonville did a really good job of dominating that department. First look at the Groove on offense. Diamond Johnson coming off 24 points, a team high, despite an 80-76 loss on Saturday to the Jacksonville Waves. Deja Kelly, pull up pop. And out of bounds to Greensboro. So we mentioned how Greensboro is playing its third game in 4 days, and this is their third consecutive road game. So they went to Savannah on Friday, Jacksonville on Saturday, and now Charlotte here today.
Yeah, and if I'm Greensboro, I'm going to try to find a way to get Charlotte out of transition and make them set up in the half court. It's going to save some legs for us, being our third game, and also take Charlotte out of their brand of basketball.
Reagan Richardson with a rejection on the defensive end. Charlotte searching for its first field goal and its second home game ever in the UPSHOT League. And there's A.D. Durr, a 29-year-old from Douglasville, Georgia, former number 2 overall pick in the 2019 WNBA draft.
And this Charlotte team, it just has so many dynamic guards. You've got Kelly, and if you stop Kelly, you've got Durr right there to clean things up and score the basketball as well. So all but one player on Charlotte's roster scored, and that's a huge weapon that Charlotte has in their depth.
Reagan Richardson, bullseye! Richardson, the 23-year-old from right here in Charlotte, the Cannon School. First team All-State selection, and then had a really solid college career at Georgia and Duke.
She also had a really solid game versus Jacksonville here, the home opener. Just really solid stat line, so it's nice to see her get going early and get some confidence.
Yeah, had 17 points in the home opener on Thursday, May 21st, despite the loss to Jacksonville. Foul on Charlotte goes on Reagan Richardson, and the 23-year-old picks up her first personal, first team foul. A much better start to this game for Charlotte after they got down by 8 really quickly in the home opener on Thursday.
And that was our first whistle of the night. In the home opener, you know, Charlotte had some whistles against them. We're just sending Jacksonville to the line, so I also think that that's the difference in this game so far in these first 2.5 minutes.
Here's Kristen Williams, 26-year-old from Little Rock, Arkansas. Spent 4 seasons at UConn from 2018 to 2022. Charlotte with the basketball. Lily Grissett off the mark. Kamaria McDaniel motors the other way for the Greensboro Groove. Spin cycle through traffic. Great defense. Deja Kelly, and she gets bumped in transition. Kamaria McDaniel registers her first personal.
And so far, Charlotte's doing a really good job eliminating second chance opportunities for Greensboro.
Second chance opportunities in the last game favored Jacksonville. That's where Charlotte struggled. When you look at the second chance points in that game, Jacksonville had 23 second chance points, and Charlotte only had 6. We'll see if the Crown do a little bit better in that department here tonight. When Zaya Fulmore hands off for A.D. Durr, made her first shot, and they unable to make the second. Durr sacrifices the body right there, but great finish. Mariah Gokdeng, the 6'4" center from Baltimore. And Gokdeng deflects that pass. She's gonna be a real threat on both ends of the floor. Deja Kelly is fouled on the drive. Diamond Johnson picks up her first personal and the second team foul.
And we talked a little bit about scouting reports and what that looks like with the League of 4. And if I'm Coach Stafford Odom, you know, going from Jacksonville to tonight, we're focusing on us. We're cleaning up what we need to do. And I think if you do that, you eliminate second chance opportunities and you clean up the defensive end and getting some more stops, it's going to turn in Charlotte's favor tonight.
Deja Kelly at the free throw line, the 24-year-old from San Antonio, Texas. 17 points last game. Dropped 31 in the UPSHOT League debut down in Jacksonville. Charlotte has a win against Jacksonville and a loss against Jacksonville to start its season. Crown maneuver the other way. Lily Grissett all the way, just a little bit off. Meanwhile, this Greensboro team, 2-2 record. Last 2 games have been losses to Savannah and Jacksonville. Here's Deja Kelly. A.D. Durr lines one up and off the mark. Second consecutive miss from 3 for A.D. The pace in this game has been very fast from the jump as Gokdeng finishes her second field goal.
And right now it's playing into Charlotte's favor because this is their brand of basketball. Greensboro is not as run and gun as Charlotte, and so right now they're playing into Charlotte's tempo. So to me, it feels like Charlotte's definitely dictating the tempo of this game so far.
And Greensboro knocks down its first 3. Kristen Williams, who just had 3 points in the last game, only 12 minutes for Williams in that loss to Jacksonville on Saturday. Ball out of bounds, stays with Charlotte. A 9-6 lead for the Groove. And a quick substitution for both teams. Charlotte brings on its newest player in 2026, Michelle Onya, who was signed to the team earlier today. Her first touch, too strong. She's wearing number 11, played 5 seasons at Cal, and actually spent some time this season, earlier this month, training camp with the WNBA's New York Liberty. Foul on the floor against Charlotte. So how about that, to see how this league unfolds and how it's operated. You know, it's very similar to, say, a minor league baseball or minor league hockey, where players are being signed rapidly, and she was signed today and is playing today.
Yeah, I think what you're going to see in this UPSHOT League this season and all throughout is rosters are going to be fluid. And so, you know, I think Michelle really brings to the table kind of what Charlotte lacked versus Jacksonville, which is rebounding, offensive rebounding. You know, fun fact, she can dunk the basketball. And so I just think her bringing that athleticism to this Charlotte team is really going to be helpful on the defensive end.
No doubt. She is an absolute star and was a star at Cal, especially her last season, a 60% field goal percentage, so she can do it on both ends of the floor. Ty Portia into the game for the first time for the Groove, number 10 in navy and teal. Jasmine Roberts also on the dance floor for the first time, number 4 in white. And with 4:46 to play in the opening quarter, our first mandatory timeout in the second home game of the inaugural UPSHOT League season. Greensboro leads Charlotte 11-6 in the first ever meeting in franchise history. We'll be right back on WCCB.
I'd like to thank everyone for joining us this evening.
Let me tell y'all what I see.
Fans, be sure to stick around after tonight's game for our post-game autograph session with your Charlotte crowd. Chloe Welch will be joining us. The line will start in section 125. Once again, be sure to meet Chloe Welch as well as Ebony Walker. The line will start in section 125 for our post-game autograph session.
Well, I never knew I would. I like them girls and them cowgirls.
Whether you're on the court or off the court, make sure your insurance coverage is top-notch. At Freeman Insurance Services, we specialize in auto, home, commercial, and life insurance with over 30 years of trusted experience. Local and convenient, we're here to protect what's precious to you, because what's precious to you matters to us. Contact us using the information on the video board. Freeman Insurance Services, your trusted partner in protection.
That's where it is.
If you ever get a chance to see them, do them boots, sundress all around them, bitches in the place, hams in your face. Can't wait for you to get a taste at the trail ride and the rodeo too. You gon' recognize country girls coming through. They all around the world. They all around the world. They all around the world. They all around the world.
Brown skin, light skin, dark skin, white. All the pretty women with different body types. So many women in plain sight.
Make some noise.
Let me tell y'all what I like. I like them girls and them cowgirls. I like them girls and them daisy dudes. I like them girls in the cowgirl hair. Down in the country, that's where they at. Love me a country girl, and that's the fact. Down in the country, that's where they at. Love me a country girl, and that's the fact. Down in the country, that's where they at. Where they at? 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 In the country. In the country. Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? Where they at?
Boots and Buckles night here inside the Bojangles Coliseum. Very festive, everybody in their cowboy, cowgirl boots and hats. Back with Emery Satoris, I'm Sam Hyman. Second Home game of the season for the Charlotte Crown, taking on the Greensboro Groove for the very first time. And an 11-6 start for Greensboro. Both of these teams playing pretty quickly to start this game. Charlotte basketball after the mandatory timeout. Onya can't hit the shot. Charlotte gets another opportunity though. And the Charlotte Crown players pointing up at the shot clock, it appears. Saying that the shot clock should have reset, I think. It's back to 14. May not have started at the right time. Here's Deja Kelly looking for her first field goal. And a loose ball foul on the floor goes on Greensboro.
And Kelly is the name to circle for Charlotte. She leads a ton of categories in this league. She is shooting the cover off the basketball. She's hard to guard. She gets through the free throw line. When she gets going, her team gets going, so it's going to be nice to see her first one go in for her and the whole team.
Deja Kelly has attempted 28 free throws in 2 games. Diamond Johnson picks a pocket and goes the other way for a deuce. The 24-year-old from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, arguably one of the main leaders on this Greensboro team. And what a start for the Groove, 13-6. Jasmine Roberts, a contested jumper. Greensboro, they are swarming all over Charlotte here in the first quarter.
Charlotte, when they set up in the half court, I think has to have a little bit more ball movement.
Maya Hollingshed buries a 3. The 6'3" post player from Houston, Texas, who hit 2 threes in the last game against Jacksonville on Saturday. Some contact underneath. Lily Grissett and Jessica Timmons hit the floor hard. Foul goes on Greensboro's Jessica Timmons.
Great job by Lily flying in there and keeping the possession alive for Charlotte. They really need an opportunity right here to score another basket.
Couple of substitutions for both teams. Kamaria McDaniel checks back in for Greensboro, and Chloe Welch, for the first time today, hits the floor. Deja Kelly dropped 17 points last game, looking for her first points today. Here's Chloe Welch. Another opportunity. Charlotte's had 3 or 4 early second chance opportunities. Greensboro comes away with it. Real chaotic sequence on that end of the floor. Here's Maya Hollingshed, in and out on her second 3, hit her first.
Greensboro is getting some open looks from the three-point line, and they're taking advantage of it. That's why the score, you'll find it 16-6 right now in their favor.
There's Deja Kelly's first field goal of the game.
Now Charlotte's got to get some stops. Let's go along with that score.
TSO, transition, stops, and offense. Head coach Tricia Stafford Odom of Charlotte, that is her motto, what she wants her team to play with.
And like we talked about at the beginning of the broadcast, what we saw that Charlotte needs to make an adjustment is the stops category, and right now they're really having a hard time getting those stops. I think it's going to be crucial for Charlotte to try to get 3 stops in a row. That's going to make them feel good to gain some momentum on both ends.
Tayana Jones-Bell at the free throw line for Greensboro. Only played in 6 minutes of Greensboro's game on Saturday against Jacksonville. Jones-Bell played collegiately from 2018 to 2023 at Georgetown and Colorado, and has a pretty solid professional journey that spans countries like Finland, Australia, and the United States. And most recently, her stop was in Finland from November 2025 to March 2026, averaged 17 points per game in 21 games in Finland. What a start for Greensboro. They're up by 10 points on Charlotte. Greensboro really struggled in their last game against Jacksonville, ultimately fell 80-76. Deja Kelly nearly carries the basketball. Greensboro was down by 24 points at the half against Jacksonville last game. This is a much different story. 2 shots coming up here, though, for Charlotte. Maybe the free throw line is an area that the Crown can get momentum back on their side.
Yeah, and we talked about, you know, the first 5 minutes for both teams were going to be crucial today, and Greensboro is the one that really took advantage of that tonight. You know, they've had some slow starts the last 3 days, and so today's been completely different. It's been a really solid start to the first quarter for them.
Jasmine Roberts at the free throw line for the Charlotte Crown. Roberts from Jacksonville, Florida. Scored 8 points last game in 16 minutes.
And talk about boots and buckles night. You know, Coach Stafford Odom, she's over there really getting with the...
Dressed for the occasion.
She is dressed for the occasion, for sure.
Yeah, and so is one of her developmental players in Janae Sanders. She was sporting the black cowgirl hat and boots before the game today during warm-ups. Here's Diamond Johnson, stops on a dime. Misses badly. Hollingshed throws it right to Jasmine Roberts. Roberts pushes the tempo. Deja Lawrence finds Roberts. Chloe Welch can't save it. Greensboro basketball with 1:38 seconds left in the opening quarter from the Queen City.
Charlotte's taking a lot of off-the-bounce, mid-range, kind of out-of-control shots right now. I think for them to settle in, they need to find some higher percentage shots just to give them and their whole team some confidence.
Maya Hollingshed, 1 of 2 from 3. Thought about the 3, now gets inside. And Lily Grissett secures the rebound, a quick outlet. Deja Lawrence, the former Charlotte 49er, banks it in. A transition bucket for the Crown.
And Lawrence is another hometown hero here in Charlotte, went to Mallard Creek High School, so another great opportunity to be playing back in your home city.
Quick answer, Tayana Jones-Bell scores. It is really great to see the Charlotte connections for these people on the Crown. Deja Lawrence, back-to-back buckets for the 25-year-old who, to your point, played at Mallard Creek, and then some people may forget she started her high school career at Vance. And actually, her first high school game, she dropped 39 points. That was an indication to every single person in the 704 that she is legit. Here comes Deja Lawrence.
And she's playing with that swag right now. She's remembering that Lawrence who dropped 39 in her opening high school career game.
Pretty impressive. Quick substitution for Charlotte. Michelle Onya comes out of the game. Again, this is her first game with the Crown, signed to the team today. Ebony Walker checks in for the Crown for the first time. So Charlotte's 5 on the floor features Chloe Welch, Ebony Walker, Lily Grissett, Deja Lawrence, and Quinzaya Fulmore. Tough catch for Lawrence. She's got 4 points in the last 60 seconds. Chloe Welch triggers from the top. Walker keeps it alive. Deja Lawrence tees one up. Another opportunity for Charlotte. Their 3rd chance on this sequence. Shot clock at 7. And now shot clock at 6. These extra chances, at some point you would think for Charlotte, they're going to be able to capitalize on them.
Yeah, but they are swarming the O boards, you know, and so it's got to give them some confidence that they're giving themselves 2nd, 3rd opportunities tonight that they weren't finding versus Jacksonville. But they got 6 on the shot clock, so they're going to have to work quickly here.
Lily Grissett out to Ebony Walker. Bullseye!
Exactly what you're looking for if you're Charlotte.
Literally, as the shot clock expires, Walker with her 2nd field goal in the UPSHOT League. But how about this response? It's Kristen Williams at the horn to end the first quarter, an exclamation point.
2 back-to-back buzzer beaters we just got to see right here in Bojangles Coliseum, and so it's given both team momentums. Greensboro had it the whole first quarter. Charlotte needed that shot at the end. I think we're expected to have an exciting up-tempo second quarter here.
Second quarter comes your way right after this, 23-16 Greensboro. You're watching all the action on WCCB.
All right, Crown fans, we're gonna play Name That Tune. I have my friend Angie here in section 108. She's feeling confident. She could go home with a Charlotte Crown prize pack. All right, Angie, you ready? She's ready. All right, DJ, let's hear it.
Lord have mercy. Live in the building. Out there going down, sir. You ready? Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Hit me one time.
It's on the ground. That is correct, Angie. Now, you can win another prize. Do you think Reagan Richardson of Charlotte Crown also knows that tune?
I'm gonna bet on her. I think.
Yeah. That's all right. Let's see what we got.
Oh Lord, they gonna get me. It's not where them fans at. Is that what it's called? I don't know. Oh, they gonna get me. I don't know what it's called, but I know it. I know. Boots on the ground. I got it.
All right, Angie, you're going home with 2 prizes from the Charlotte Crown. And now let's get it ready for our dance cam. We want to see what Crown fans know the boots on the ground dance.
Fire barrel rolling. I'ma get behind that thing, girl, and hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Got my boots on the ground. Yes, sir. Lord have mercy. Oh, oh, oh. Got my boots on the ground. Fans, please. I hope you got good knees, 'cause we gon' get it.
All right, back here inside the Bojangles Coliseum, second quarter about to get underway. Alongside Emery Satoris, I'm Sam Hyman. 23-16 lead for the Greensboro Groove, led by Kristen Williams, 8 points, hit a 3 as the game clock expired in the first quarter. But Emery, when you look at the box score from that first quarter, what stands out to you?
What is very promising for Charlotte is they've already got 11 offensive rebounds. Now, they are not converting off those offensive rebounds right now, but to me, if I'm in that huddle, I'm telling them that's a great job. We're going to continue to crash the boards, and those shots are going to fall. I think Charlotte's got to take some higher percentage shots right now just to get their momentum a little bit. And then if you're Greensboro, they're doing a really good job getting out in transition, fast break points. So you also, if you're Charlotte, you've got to play better transition defense and really match up on that three-point line.
Greensboro has hit 3 triples in this game, as the start of the second quarter is now. Again, this is game number 3 for Charlotte in its inaugural UPSHOT League season. Game number 5 for Greensboro in its inaugural UPSHOT League season. 8 on the shot clock, Diamond Johnson, bullseye!
And there goes another 3 for Greensboro. Charlotte is just not getting their hands up. They're not close enough. They got to make them put the ball on the floor and try to, you know, play defense in the paint a little bit.
Hollingshed deflects it. Brissett picks it up. Deja Lawrence fires away. Charlotte 1 of 6 from 3. Brissett, the 12th offensive rebound for the Crown. This is the 11th, and Quinzaya Fulmore with the 13th offensive rebound puts it back, and Charlotte's on the board in the second quarter.
You know, and these refs, you got to get used to how they're calling the game, and they're really not blowing their whistle too much. So if you're Charlotte, when you come down with that offensive rebound, you've got to go up strong, not expecting the foul call at all. And right now, it seems like they're throwing it up, looking for the foul.
Kamaria McDaniel buries her first 3. Greensboro has hit 5 threes already in this game, and they're 2 for 2 to start in the second quarter.
You know, and that's the biggest difference. Charlotte's hit 1 3-pointer and Greensboro's got 5. So again, talking about Charlotte's defense, you've got to guard the 3-point line.
This is Reagan Richardson, former Duke Blue Devil and Georgia Bulldog. Baseline jumper, shot clock violation. Greensboro looks fresh, energized, and certainly not like a team that's playing its third game in 4 days. The rust, that's in the rear view mirror. They're fully breaking a sweat right now.
Yeah, and you've got great players on the floor, and this team's gone 0-2. If you think that they're going to come in here and just lay over for you, that you are mistaken. This is a highly competitive team, and everything's still up for grabs in this early season of the UPSHOT League.
Kristen Williams, the former UConn Husky, drains the jumper. 10 points for Williams. Played at UConn from 2018 to 2022 and made 131 career starts with the Huskies. Deja Kelly answers Kelly's second field goal. Here's Diamond Johnson. 5 points in the game. Great defense. Look at Deja Kelly. Just draped all over Johnson. And that's an offensive foul. It goes against number 0, Maria Gokdang.
And there's one stop for Charlotte. If they can score right here and string together a couple more stops in a row, that's going to get them right back into this game where they want to be.
In the first quarter, Charlotte shot just 23% from the floor, 6 of 26. Greensboro shot 36% from the floor, 7 for 19. This is Ebony Walker with the basketball. Diamond Johnson, her second steal. Rushes the other way, and in a blink of an eye, Johnson with a second field goal in this quarter.
And really coming to this game, you know, Kelly and Diamond are really the players to watch, Diamond Johnson. And so you see them both going quickly here in the second quarter. Those are the two guards who you would have circled coming into this game.
No question about it. Look at this pass. Richardson, she's fouled. Just watching some preseason videos on the Greensboro Groove. Their head coach is Janice Washington, who spent the last 4 seasons as head coach at Lincoln University, a Division II school in Pennsylvania. She was talking about Diamond Johnson, the team's starting point guard, and emphasized how there's a little bit of Muggsy Bogues in Diamond's game. Not the tallest player, only 5'4", but she's so quick and shifty.
Yeah, she's flirted with some triple doubles throughout her career, and so elite player. She does not play like she is 5'4". She's in the passing lane. She's quick. She's dynamic. So you've really got to do a great job defensively if you're Charlotte on her. She's high on your scouting report.
Richardson connects on that second free throw. Amaya Joyner in the game for the first time for the Groove. A foul underneath. Goes against Michelle Onya. Again, if you're just joining us, Michelle Onya playing in her first game with the Charlotte Crown, was signed on the roster today. Spent some time in the WNBA training camp with the New York Liberty earlier in this month.
Yeah, great ISO action on the elbow. Greensboro put Joyner in.
Amaya Joyner did not score last game. She played collegiately from 2022 to 2026, 3 years at East Carolina. And this past season, literally the 25-26 season, she played at LSU. An average 9 points per game. A.D. Durr back with a rock in the hand, and cash money for A.D. Durr. A.D. Durr can absolutely light it up. Had 12 points last game, but 21 in the UPSHOT League inaugural game back on May the 15th. Shot clock already at 7. Kristen Williams, little hesitation move on Durr, contested J. And that's a solid defensive sequence. A.D. Durr was all up in Williams' grill.
Charlotte is doing a really good job making Greensboro score on their first opportunity. They've only had 2 O-boards this whole game.
Speaking of offensive rebounds and extra opportunities, Reagan Richardson cashes in on a second chance for the crown. The second three, just the second triple for Charlotte in this game. 34-26, Greensboro in front. Whistle and a foul. Kamaria McDaniel heads to the free throw line. The foul goes on Reagan Richardson, and that is foul number 3. We'll step aside. 34-26 lead for Greensboro. 5:42 left in the second quarter on WCCB.
Score exclusive Charlotte Crown memorabilia by scanning the QR code on the video board. Unlike access to raffles, auctions, and more with Dash. Our team-signed mini ball auction is live for just a little bit longer. Be sure to get your bids in before it's too late. The auction will close at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. Be sure to join us here at Bojangles Coliseum all season long. Scan the QR code on the video board to purchase your single game tickets.
Thank you, Tucker Furniture, for being a proud partner of the Charlotte Crown. Let's check in with the Tucker Furniture Tip-Off Club.
Tonight, we'd like to take a moment to honor the true heroes who made the ultimate sacrifice for us. On this memorial day, we remember and recognize one of the many heroes who gave their lives to serve our nation and the Thanks. Please rise in terms of showing your appreciation and respect as we honor all of our fallen heroes, military families, veterans, and those currently serving around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our servicemen and women as we salute their service and sacrifice to the United States of America. Second half action here in the UPSHOT League. Make some noise!
It's us. I was wrong, yeah. I was geeking. I was hot.
Back here inside the Bojangles Coliseum alongside Emery Satoris, I'm Sam Hyman. Second quarter action, the inaugural UPSHOT League season in 2026 is here. Just the third game for the Charlotte Crown and the second in this building. Kamaria McDaniel, 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Charlotte, despite being down 10 points, has 16 offensive rebounds. At some point, if they're going to find a way to take over this game, they're going to have to capitalize on them.
They are, and we talked about, you know, limited whistles tonight, so they're really going to have to go up looking to score the basketball, not get to the free throw line.
Here's another offensive rebound.
Second shot clock violation forced by Greensboro tonight. They're doing a really good job locking into half-court defense. You know, that's got to be part of their game plan, playing their third game in 3 days. They've got to make Charlotte set up in the half court, and I feel like they've done a really good job doing that tonight.
Janice Washington, the head coach for the Greensboro Groove in her first season.
And again, if you're Charlotte, you've got to find higher percentage shots. They're more of a transition team. Now, what's their identity in the half court right now? I think they're lacking it, and again, that's why they're taking some of these not high percentage shots and having to go get that second chance opportunity, which is why we see so many offensive rebounds.
And another one here on this sequence, the 18th. Quick substitution for the Groove. In comes Jessica Timmons, the Charlotte, North Carolina native, played at North Mecklenburg High School and Independence High School. But right now in this game, Greensboro led by Kristen Williams with 10 points. Charlotte is down by 10. Shot clock at 5. Deja Kelly bumped by Diamond Johnson. Kelly fades away. And another shot clock violation. It's the third, and Kelly thought she got hit. No call.
You know, a lot of games you don't see any shot clock violations, and today Greensboro's already forced 3 in the first half.
Diamond Johnson delivers it over to Kristen Williams, who has a team-high 10 points. The former UConn Husky bulldozes in, up to 12 for Williams. Timeout, Charlotte and head coach Tricia Stafford Odom. We'll keep it here live on WCCB. Charlotte down by 12, and also their top scorer currently, Reagan Richardson, has 8 points, but 3 personal fouls, so is not out there on the floor right now. That's another big hiccup for them.
It is, and you know, against Jacksonville down the stretch, she really was able to take over, so they're really missing her here. She's also hit their only 2 threes of the game today. But on the other side with Greensboro, you know, Kristen Williams is having a great night. She's already got 12 points in the first half. If you're Charlotte right here in the timeout, we've got to make an adjustment with our defense. We also have to make an adjustment in the half court. We've got to get more ball movement. We've got to get more than one person. We can't just play ISO basketball and go get the O boards. We're not shooting a high percentage because of that. So again, I've been talking about higher percentage shots. They've got to do that within their half court structured offense, and we would really like to see that displayed coming out of this timeout. And if you're Greensboro, you're looking to force your 4th shot clock violation. They are doing a remarkable job in their half court defense. That's got to be a huge point of emphasis in their scouting report today. Take Charlotte out of transition, make them set up in the half court, and then we'll be able to get some stops, and that's exactly what they're doing.
It's very impressive. This Greensboro team, again, a gauntlet this weekend, at Savannah Friday, at Jacksonville Saturday, off on Sunday, but a travel day to play Charlotte here today. And those first 2 games of this 3-game road trip, they lost 85-67 to Savannah, 80-76 to Jacksonville. They were down by 24 against Jacksonville at the half, so they have completely flipped the script, and a team that has so much talent. This is a group that's got 6 people with some sort of WNBA experience, either drafted, signed, training camp, you name it. And they don't look exhausted at all despite this 3 games and 4-day stretch.
Well, when you've got a group of competitors and you're coming off back-to-back 2 losses and you've got an off day and you have to sit and think about it all day, I'm sure that sparked something in them that they were going to be relentless. They came together as a group. That's what they're displaying right now. And we expected that coming into that game. No good team in the league right now, which they're all good team and all up for grabs, you know, to be number 1 right now.
Yeah.
They're going to come in here and try to dominate.
That's what's great about this league, with it being the inaugural UPSHOT League season. Each team has a chance to really put their stamp on, okay, we are the team to beat in the UPSHOT League. Look out for us. And every team's going to get to know each other exceptionally well, because there are only 4 teams in this inaugural season: Savannah, Jacksonville, Greensboro, and Charlotte. And that's what makes it very intriguing, is the familiarity of the league with players that are going to get to know each other and players that already know each other prior to this league starting. When you think about someone like Deja Kelly, who's playing against her former Tar Heel teammate in Maria Gokdang, that's just one of very many connections.
For sure, in the basketball world, it's already small in itself.
All right, back underway inside Bojangles Coliseum. Charlotte down by 12. Ball loose around midcourt. Diamond Johnson gobbles it up for the Groove. This is Jessica Timmons. Defensive rebound to Lily Grissett through traffic. Grissett has 7 rebounds already. Charlotte turns it over for the 6th time. Diamond Johnson gives it right back to the Crown. Deja Lawrence stops on a dime and buries the jumper. Deja Lawrence with 6 points.
She's having a great night tonight, coming off a low percentage shooting night against Jacksonville, only shooting 1-5. It's got to feel good for her to find this early momentum. Now her team's got to rally behind her and also find that momentum. Right now, Greensboro's in total control. They've got 6 steals, and Charlotte's got 0, and that's their game. And Greensboro now just their 7th steal is playing Charlotte's game.
In transition, this is Maya Hollingshed. Hollingshed with her 2nd field goal. Diamond Johnson has assist number 2. And she's been, speaking of steals, you mentioned 7 steals. Johnson has 3 of them. Foul underneath off the A.D. Durr 3. Charlotte is now 2 of 9 from 3. This foul goes on number 0, Maria Gokdang, a 6'4" center from Baltimore. And that's only the 3rd team foul on Greensboro. 5 team fouls and you get the 2-shot bonus. Deja Kelly, 5 points in this game for the former Oregon Duck and UNC Tar Heel. 7 on the shot clock, all the way down to 4. A.D. Durr, money. A.D. Durr with 6 points. Jessica Timmons, the Charlotte, North Carolina native, played at NC State as well as Alabama. Penetrates around the free throw line. Shot clock to 6. Kristen Williams with 12 points. The step back fadeaway. Lily Grissett with her 8th rebound already. A.D. Durr in transition. A lot of one and done on both ends over the last 30 seconds. Kristen Williams dials it up and sticks it. Kristen Williams with 15 points. And a quick response for Deja Kelly.
Charlotte's got to spend this last minute, 35 seconds on defense, locking in to defense. They're making them set up in the half court. They really need to stop right now.
Jessica Timmons tees one up. Oh my goodness, she shot that from Greensboro. Holy cow. 46-32. Charlotte looking for a response. Deja Kelly with 7 points in the game. Delivers up top to A.D. Durr, a 2-time ACC Player of the Year. Ball deflected. Greensboro the other way. And a foul on Charlotte's Chloe Welch. She can't believe it. Quinzaya Fulmore checks back in for the Crown. So does Ebony Walker. Kamaria McDaniel back in for Greensboro. Sahara Jones for the first time checks in for Greensboro. Timeout, Janice Washington. 51.9 seconds remaining until halftime. We'll take a quick break live on WCCB.
Just to live this here lifestyle. Came straight from the bottom to the top of my lifestyle. Living life like a beginning, this is only the beginning. I'm on the top of the mountain, puffing on clouds, still beginning. $1.5 on a Visa card, 100 bands, still look like ties. Serving great white like I'm feeding sharks. I won't do nothing with the can't even get me hard. Something wrong with the even though I ain't gon' hit it, I'ma still make sure that she. Cause with me and my rounds, I don't get caught up like that, no way.
Party at the beach down in Copacabana. I'm sipping Gila Fish. Got my black yoga pants on. Me and Brittany, we've been down in Atlanta. Sweating in the club.
All right, 51.9 seconds remaining in the first half. Back with Emery Satoris, I'm Sam Hyman. Greensboro leads 46-32, a 14-point cushion for the Groove. Kristen Williams with the rock. She's got a game-high 15 points. Williams shovels it off to Maya Hollingshed. Charlotte ball. Crown 1-1 on the Young UPSHOT League season. Greensboro 2-2. This is Greensboro's third game in 4 days. They lost the first 2 of this road trip, and they don't look tired at all. Look at Sahara Jones. First field goal, and it's a 16-point lead for the Groove. Shot clock turned off. Deja Kelly lobs it up. Ball knocked out, 1 second. Kamaria McDaniel. Halftime here inside Bojangles Coliseum. 48-32 is the halftime score. Greensboro trailed by 24 at halftime in its last game against Jacksonville on Saturday. Nearly 48 hours later, they lead by 16 at the break. Quick thought on that first half.
Yeah, I talked about it earlier, but Greensboro is really playing Charlotte's game. They're playing great, getting out in transition, getting steals, getting easy buckets, and really doing a great job playing half-court defense. And Charlotte's, again, going to have to respond. They're going to have to string together multiple stops in a row, and they're also going to have to take some higher percentage shots. But in the same breath, you've got to trust your system. So you got to get out and run in transition and execute and capitalize, but you also, it's the stops that they just can't get right now.
All right, we'll take a quick break and come back. Our halftime show is on the horizon. 48-32, Greensboro in front. You're watching all the action live on WCCB.
What it is, it's Whammy Wednesday, what? It's Whammy Wednesday, what? It's Whammy.
Fans, be sure to download our app, manage your tickets, view the roster, and get store updates. Visit the App Store or the Google Play Store to download the official Charlotte Crown app.
Whammy Wednesday, whammy. It's Whammy Wednesday, Wednesday. It's Whammy Wednesday, Wednesday. It's Whammy Wednesday, Chris the hype man. Whammy, 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 whammy. What it is? Whammy Wednesday. What it is? Whammy Wednesday. What it is? Wendy Wednesday. What it is? Whammy Wednesday. What it is? Wendy Wednesday. What it is? Whammy Wednesday. Wendy. It's Whammy Wednesday. It's Whammy. It's Whammy Wednesday. What? It's Whammy Wednesday. What? It's Whammy Wednesday.
DJ.
What it is? Whammy. What it is? Whammy. Whammy Wednesday. What? Whammy Wednesday. It's Whammy Wednesday. What? It's Wendy Wednesday. What? It's Whammy Wednesday. What? Wendy Wednesday. What? Whammy Wednesday. What it is? Whammy Wednesday.
All right, Charlotte Crown fans, we're at the center court. We're gonna play a little bit of tic-tac-toe. We got some ballers down on the court ready to go. And on the count of 3, we're gonna start with their layups, then put one tic-tac-toe piece down on the board one by one. First person to get tic-tac-toe will win. All right, gentlemen, on the count of 3, let's get started. 1, 2, 3, go! All right, quick layup for Akeem. Quay right behind him. He's gonna come back this way, put down a tic-tac.
Halftime here inside the Bojangles Coliseum. 48-32 lead for the Greensboro Groove. Halftime report checking out the first half numbers from a game that Charlotte only had the lead for a little under 3 minutes. This Greensboro team very pesky, playing in its third game in 4 days, and the Groove shot 47% as a team in that first half, 60% from the floor in the second quarter, 9 of 15 from the floor, and it all started with Kristen Williams, 15 points, a game high, 5 of 10 from the floor, and also has 2 steals and 2 assists. Down the way we go with Greensboro's offense, you've got Diamond Johnson and Kamaria McDaniel, each with 7 points, but it's really the efficiency, not just from 2, but from 3. Greensboro is 7 of 13 from 3, and also at the free throw line, 9 of 10 from the charity stripe. So that's really all you need to know. They're just very, very efficient so far in this game, and they're also moving like lightning, very quick. 21 fast break points for the Groove. Meanwhile, for Charlotte, they have 21 offensive rebounds, but they only have 10 second chance points, and not capitalizing enough on those opportunities. Charlotte led by Deja Kelly and Reagan Richardson, each with 7 points, but Reagan Richardson has 3 fouls and has only played about 9 minutes of basketball so far in this game. Elsewhere for Charlotte, Lily Grissett has been a big factor on the boards. She's got 10 already, and the newest Charlotte Crown member, Michelle Onya, played 12 minutes in that first half, did not score, but grabbed 4 offensive rebounds in the first frame. Charlotte's just 1 of 9 from 3, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. And after shooting 23% in the first quarter, got a little bit better in the second quarter, 35%. So we'll see if Charlotte can turn things around. Again, they're getting multiple opportunities, just not capitalizing on those opportunities at this point in the game. Greensboro is 2-2 overall. This is the first matchup between these two teams this season. Greensboro is playing its 3rd game in 4 days. Charlotte has only played 2 games so far during the inaugural UPSHOT League season. They're 1-1, and both of those games coming against the Jacksonville Waves. We'll take a quick break and come back as our halftime show continues live on WC.
In your faith. Share your strength. And support your community. Greater happens at the YMCA of Greater Charlotte. What will you find?
I need my heart to stop slowing me down. I want a plan that fixes this fast, and an expert who will talk me through it. I want a heart specialist at the top of the field, and a scar too small to notice. I want to be back out here because I want to give them what this place gives me.
For nationally recognized heart and vascular care, you want Novant. Novant Health. Best physicians, amazing nurses, remarkable care.
Hey, hey, teach me how to do it, hey. They be like, Smooth, what? Can you teach me how to do it? You know why? Cause all the girls love me, hey. All I need is a beat that's super bumpin', and for you to back it up and dump it, get it. Put your arms out front, lean side to side. They gon' be on you when they see you hit that Dougie ride. Ain't nobody fitting with my bro from Morningside. He go by Bubba and he hit that dance like thunder. Okay, I ain't from Dallas, but I lead town boogie. I show my moves on there, everybody trying to do me. I lead the functions and all the ladies trying to screw me. Now you just do you, and I'ma do it all day. Do better hate.
All right, welcome back inside the Bojangles Coliseum. So delighted to continue this inaugural UPSHOT League season. Second home game for the Charlotte Crown, and now we are joined by a very special guest at the half, Taj McWilliams Franklin, the Vice President of Basketball Operations for the UPSHOT League. How did you get started with this UPSHOT League? Let's give you the big overarching question. What got you involved with this league?
Oh, absolutely, Donna Orender. She had come to me and mentioned this new league that her, Andy Kaufman, had been thinking about, dreaming about, and making a way through raising the money for. And at first I wasn't too excited about it, but I ended up being way more excited as she continued telling me about the reason for UPSHOT and the reason for this opportunity league for these players, about legacy building, and about giving back to this game that's given us so much. And I latched on to Donna Orender when she was running the WNBA as a mentor, as a friend, and some decades later, I'm here in this space and just really grateful and thankful for this opportunity.
Once again, at the half here inside the Bojangles Coliseum, Taj McWilliams Franklin, Vice President of Basketball Operations for the UPSHOT League, is joining us. A former WNBA All-Star, a former WNBA champion. with this league being so new, what are some of the things that you'd like to tell the audience about what makes this league so unique from your experience with it so far?
I think the audience knows basketball. If you're watching it, you know and love it. But I think for us, it's about seeing those diamond in the roughs that you may not see in the mainstream, in the W, in Unrivaled, in Athletes Unlimited. Even in college, we want everyone, fans, sponsors, partners, the players, others, to see these players in a space that they should be in, and it's playing professional basketball in the United States. As you can see, we have a plethora of talent on all of our teams. Our head coaches have been amazing at finding talent, and we've got calls from all over about wanting to play in UPSHOT. And I think that puts us uniquely in a space that the W honestly is not in right now. And that is so many players. It's an opportunity for all these players that are looking to play professionally and have the skill set, get an opportunity to play.
I love that. And you mentioned the coaches. Well, Charlotte's head coach, Tricia Stafford Odom, told me that you were a big reason why she got this opportunity with the Crown. So walk me through the process of what ultimately led to you reaching out and talking to Coach Stafford Odom about this opportunity here in Charlotte.
Yeah, Coach Tricia and I have known each other since our ABL, American Basketball League days, and the early days of the WNBA. And I really wanted someone here that embodies what Charlotte is about, the Queen City. She is one of the few people that I knew that loved Charlotte, has been here, coached at Duke, coached at North Carolina, NC State, NC Central. And for me, it was about someone who also had a basketball background and a professional background. And we wanted that here in Charlotte to start this league and this team.
Beautiful. Taj McWilliams, Franklin joining us. Really appreciate your time stopping by, and continue to do great things as this league continues to build.
Thank you so much, Sam. Appreciate you.
All right, halftime continues right after this, live on WCCB.
Get it on film. Full course meal, she ate up the drip. She wanna go through there, yeah. Eat it up. Pop me in one name, tryna get fried. Take another piece of the fried. Gas up, shouted, up through there. The cool like a rocket for real. I told her charge me up. My phone died, she going no kill, yeah.
Take me through that, take me through that.
She going.
Take me through that, take me through that.
Go through that.
Take me through that, take me through that.
Up through there.
Take me through that, take me through that.
We going.
Take me through that, take me through that. Take me through that, take me through that.
We want you the one, ain't nobody we the hype me up, hype me up, hype me up. I hype me up. I got 99 problems, but I got 100 reasons. If it rains, sleet, or snow, I'ma ball air season. Cause I gotta hype me up, hype me up, hype
Let's
me
take
up.
a look at tonight's
I hype
first
me
half
up.
highlights.
Say I'm enough, even when it's tough. I can fall 1,000,000 times and I'm still getting up. Bulls it for the bird, bro. It for the duck. Early bird get the worm first. Repeat after me, some up. I know I can. I know I can. Do what I wanna do. Do what I wanna do. If you don't believe in me, if you don't believe in me, I don't give a about you. Get your ass to the bag. I know I am. I know I am. No, I'm mother pressure. I'm mother pressure. It just take a little time. Had to come and set it down. Nothing more, nothing less. Teaching ain't like a professor. I am healthy. I'm wealthy. I'm a mother dying. If it's for me, then it's for me. What I tell them all the time. If you walk about my life, I just take it as a sign. 3 fingers to the sky. Told them read between the lines. Getting fatter. Yeah. Stomach getting flatter. Yeah. Don't give a if you can't see it on.
All right, we are almost ready for the second half as the teams are back out on the court warming up. Back with Emery Satoris. My name is Sam Hyman. Again, as we unpack the first half of basketball, Greensboro leads 48-32. And we sort of digested a little bit of what transpired in that first half, Emery, but first for Greensboro, what's the biggest reason, in your opinion, why they are up by 16 points at the half?
Well, they have forced Charlotte into 11 turnovers, and they've really done a great job, you know, converting those to fast break opportunities. So they've got 21 fast break opportunities. Charlotte is positioning themselves to be okay in this game. They've got 21 O boards. However, they're just not executing on them. You know, they can't score. They've got 10 second chance points, but you've got 21 O boards. You should be scoring more points than that. On the other hand, on Charlotte, if you're not able to score in transition and play your brand of basketball, you've got to be able to execute something else in the half court. So hopefully at halftime, they've regrouped, they've talked about it. If they're not able to get out and get the transition shots they want, they can settle, they can get into a half court offense a little bit quicker than we saw. They also, you know, Greensboro scored 48 points. Charlotte's averaging over 95 points per game. And so really, you know, this isn't a crazy score to have Greensboro scoring and not think we have a chance to win this game. So in this UPSHOT League, you're going to see numbers like this at halftime. You've got to be able to respond if you're Charlotte only scored 32 and come out second half and have dominant third and fourth quarters. And you've already seen them do that at Jacksonville 2 games ago. So I would be expecting a really exciting second half here in Bojangles Coliseum.
I would 100% agree with you, because we've seen Charlotte early in the season get down, come back. They had that crazy fourth quarter against Jacksonville on the road, 7,000 plus in the stands in a hostile environment. First time the team's playing with each other, and they outscored Jacksonville 26-14 in the fourth quarter. But there's still a lot of work to be done. Again, 48-32, Greensboro leads Charlotte. This is Greensboro's 5th game in the UPSHOT League. This is Charlotte's 3rd game. So Greensboro clearly has more opportunities, game, live action together, and they're playing their 3rd game in 4 days. For Charlotte, they've only played 2 games together on the court against the opposition. Do you think that has anything to do with the way this game is played out, or is that just kind of
you're always going to learn more about your teammates and each other in team if you're a coach when you play more games. But also there's something to be said about being on the road for 3 games straight. That's a lot of bonding time for Greensboro. Being a new team, they're able to bond and really get to know each other off the court, which going into their 3rd game on the road, they could say, hey, let's lock in and let's get this job done, which is exactly what we're seeing them do right now. And so, you know, but again, Charlotte's got plenty of time to respond. You've got the 3rd and 4th quarter coming up right here.
Can't wait. Should be a lot of fun. Crowd's been into it, but hoping that Charlotte can produce here in the second half. Reagan Richardson starts the second half on the floor for the Crown. She's got 3 personal fouls, and she's joined by A.D. Durr, Lily Grissett, Quinzaya Fulmore, and Deja Kelly. So the starting 5 back out on the floor for the Crown. Kristen Williams has the ball for Greensboro. She's got a team high and game high 15 points. Kamaria McDaniel slashes down the right alley, blocked by Lily Grissett. Crown the other way. Reagan Richardson, coast to coast. What a start for Charlotte. 8 points for Reagan Richardson.
And that's exactly their brand of basketball. Stops into transition right there, so hopefully Charlotte can keep it going in the second half.
Check that, Reagan now up to 9 points, but the fast break points are going to be key for the Crown. Offensive rebound. Gokdang. Charlotte ball.
And it's also going to be key for Charlotte to really guard the three-point line in the second half. You know, you just saw Greensboro have another open look on the three-point line. If you're Charlotte, you've got to eliminate those easy looks.
And why is that? Because Greensboro is making those easy looks all the time. They're 7 of 13 from 3. Deja Kelly disrupted by Diamond Johnson already with 3 steals. Johnson springs up off the dance floor and grabs the rebound. She's only 5'4" and slithers coast to coast. Deja Kelly the other way quickly. Rebound Maya Hollingshed.
And you saw Charlotte miss a lot of easy layups in the first half. You cannot do that in the second half when you're down 14 points.
Gonna have to be composed. Charlotte did get better in some areas. Field goal percentage went from 23% in the first quarter to 35% in the second quarter, but they just did not capitalize on their 21 offensive rebounds. Kamaria McDaniel 0 for 2 from 3 to start the second half for Greensboro. Here's A.D. Durr, the two-time ACC Player of the Year, drains at 3, and A.D. has 9 points. Greensboro still looking for its first point of this second half. Williams. It's a 5-0 spurt for the Crown. In and out. Oh, that was halfway down for A.D. Durr. And Charlotte commits a foul in the process. Quinzaya Fulmore registers her first personal.
You can feel and hear the crowd hanging on to this Charlotte momentum that they've got coming out in the second half. There's a lot of excitement here in the arena.
Again, this is a city that has been starving for professional women's basketball for nearly 20 years. And we saw that on opening night when more than 6,000 people were inside Bojangles Coliseum. It was a remarkable environment. Now, Charlotte lost that game to Jacksonville by a final of 98-86. However, there's plenty more opportunities. This is the league of opportunity. Foul against Greensboro. Actually, it looked like that was on Charlotte. So it's Greensboro basketball. Fouls on Lily Grissett, her first personal. Maya Hollingshed. Diamond Johnson, the 2025 MEAC Player of the Year. And another foul on the Crown. And this one's on Reagan Richardson. And that's her fourth. That is a stinger. Richardson's got 9 points in this game. Maria Gokdang at the free throw line. Former North Carolina Tar Heel. Her pro career extends beyond the United States. She did have a training camp invite with the WNBA's Atlanta Dream, but also played in Hungary. And gets the kindly bounce on the second free throw. So the first 2 points of the game for Greensboro in the second half come at the line.
Looks like Coach Stafford Odom's going to trust Richardson to be out there playing with 4 fouls, and I think that's the right call when you've got to get back into this game.
It's a great point. There's a lot of trust when you see that happen. First points in a Charlotte Crown uniform for Michelle Onya.
And what a great pickup by Charlotte to get Onya today. She is exactly what this team needed.
Yeah, really good low post presence both on offense and defense. That's an offensive foul on Greensboro. Gokdang. Third personal. But yeah, it is a really good pickup to your point. Michelle Onya, 5 seasons at Cal. Her last year at Cal was 2024-2025. She led the ACC in field goal percentage at 60%. Also has some professional experience in Belgium and a training camp experience in the WNBA earlier this month.
And as a graduate player, she was one of 15 active players in the country with career totals of 1,000 points, 800 rebounds, while shooting at least 54% from the field. So she brings a lot of values in a lot of categories to this Charlotte team.
A lot of impressive numbers, no matter where you look, for Michelle Onya, who is still out there on the floor for the Crown, joined by Lily Grissett, Reagan Richardson, who's guarding the ball right now, playing with 4 fouls. Deja Kelly is also out there, as well as A.D. Durr. Charlotte is on a 7-2 run to start this second half.
What a great pass by Lily.
A.D. Durr misses the three, gets the miss, and puts it in. A 9-2 run for Charlotte to start the third.
Got the game back to single digits right now, and that's where these O boards and being relentless on those boards is really going to pay off for Charlotte here in the second half.
Kristen Williams with 15 points in the first half. She's guarded by Reagan Richardson. Good body contact to disrupt that, but Williams, that does not matter to her. 17 for Kristen Williams, the former UConn Husky. Reagan Richardson. Charlotte is 1 for 11 from 3 in this game. Deja Kelly heads to the free throw line. The foul's on Diamond Johnson. Second personal on Johnson.
And Charlotte's got to take advantage of their opportunities to go to the free throw line, so it's gonna be important that they make these free shots.
And for Deja Kelly, this is someone that has gotten to the free throw line a bunch. The first 2 games, Deja Kelly has attempted 28 free throws. And she's only attempted 2 so far in this game. A 3-time first team All-ACC selection at North Carolina, played her grad year 2024-2025 at Oregon, led the team in scoring there. Definitely a big-time leader for this team, the 24-year-old who emphasized in the preseason that everybody's in the UPSHOT League for different reasons. This is a unique opportunity, and she certainly believes the sky's the limit for her.
And so far, she is doing that, leading multiple categories in this league.
What a debut. On opening night in Jacksonville, Deja Kelly dropped 31 points. Kristen Williams up to 19 midway through the third. Lead back up to 11. Deja Kelly absorbs contact. Diamond Johnson, the 2025 MEAC Player of the Year, ahead of the pack to Kristen Williams. Stops, pops, and puts it down the drain. 21 points.
Charlotte did a great job on Williams coming out of half until about the 5-minute mark, and now she's gotten going again. And she's a huge piece of Greensboro's success today.
It feels like when Greensboro is really being aggressive early in the shot clock is when they're the most dangerous, not hesitating at all.
Yeah, and it's still early in the season, so they might be looking at their identity still too, and they might be more of a transition team. They found a lot of success with it tonight.
Michelle Onya has a free throw when we come back. Her second field goal. 4:22 to play, third quarter, 56-45. Greensboro is in front here in the UPSHOT League. Back in a moment on WCCB.
Molten USA is a proud sponsor of the UPSHOT League. Molten congratulates the athletes who compete at the highest level and do so with integrity and sportsmanship. Connect with Molten at moltenusa.com. Molten, feel the emotion.
All right, Crown fans, we got Rashawn down here on the court. He's going to do our Crown the Ladder Challenge. He's going to do a layup, free throw, three-pointer, and a half-court shot. All right, Rashawn, on the count of 3, we're going to get started. 1, 2, 3, layup. All right, easy. Free throw. Bojangles Coliseum. Come on, crowd fans, I know you're louder than that. We're the loudest fans in UPSHOT League.
Put you down, put you on, put you down, put you on, put you down, put you on, put you down, put you on. Okay.
Back here inside Bojangles Coliseum. For those of you wondering and itching to get to a Charlotte Crown game this season, well, the next home game here inside Bojangles Coliseum, I repeat, the next home game inside Bojangles Coliseum this Saturday, May 30th at 7 p.m. against the Savannah Steel. And multiple home games to follow after May 30th. June 3rd at noon. That's a Wednesday against Jacksonville. Back home on June 6th, June 14th, and June 17th. So come out and watch the Charlotte Crown and this entire UPSHOT League. We heard from Vice President of Basketball Operations for the UPSHOT League, Taj McWilliams Franklin, a two-time WNBA champion, a six-time WNBA All-Star. The excitement just through her voice about this league really resonated.
Yeah, and in this league, there's so much room for opportunity. It's a league of opportunities, and it's also an opportunity for this city to really back women's basketball at the pro level. So make sure you come out and get your tickets for this season. There's a ton of really, really talented, high-level players that you don't want to miss.
On both sides, when you look at the Greensboro Groove, they've got 6 people on the roster with some sort of WNBA experience, either drafted, signed, training camp, so on and so forth. For Charlotte, you've got 8 players with professional experience, whether it's overseas or with a WNBA. A.D. Durr, of course, the 2019 number 2 overall pick. Here's a jump ball. Michelle Onya for Charlotte jumping against Maya Hollingshed. Deja Kelly comes up with it for the Crown. Out of bounds, possession to Charlotte. Greensboro has struggled a little bit in this third quarter, just 3 of 11 from the floor, 0 of 4 from 3. Charlotte is 5 of 12 from the floor at 42%. Crown outscoring the Groove 13-8 in this third quarter.
A lot of game left to be played right here, and you know, Charlotte's getting some easy looks. You know, that could have easily been 2 points converted right there in transition.
Jasmine Roberts prepares to inbound, finds Deja Kelly, guarded by Jessica Timmons, the Charlotte native. Michelle Onya swallowed up inside, doesn't matter. Bullies her way up and scores. Signed earlier today, making her Crown debut. The former Cal Golden Bear. And quickly the other way, Maya Joyner joins the party, her first field goal.
It's really exciting because Onya is just going to get better and better the more comfortable she gets with this team. You just saw that two-man action between her and Kelly right there, which is very, very going to be very successful. It was right there, and I think that's something they can utilize a lot more when they have to set up in the half court.
And again, think about it. If you're unfamiliar with the UPSHOT League, all these rosters really came together only a handful of weeks before the regular season started. I remember being at one of the tryouts, the open tryouts here in Charlotte, and it's very fascinating and impressive how all of this came together so fast in terms of adding people to the roster and getting such great talent. Jessica Timmons, push underneath. Lily Grissett picks up the foul, but it is impressive. And Tricia Stafford-Odom, the head coach for the Charlotte Crown, she is known for being one of the best recruiters in the country. And that track record dates back to when she was an assistant coach at UCLA, UNC Duke, recruiting so many talented pieces. And that easily translates now to the professional level.
For sure, and all of her connections, and you can even see with the pickup with Onya, what an elite pickup for what that team really needed. And then you've got stellar players on the current roster right here. But another exciting thing about this league is these rosters are going to be fluid throughout the season, so it'll be exciting to see what teams pick up who.
And that's exactly what Coach Stafford Odom said will keep it fairly fresh, is even though there are 4 teams in the inaugural season of the UPSHOT League with Savannah, Jacksonville, Greensboro, and Charlotte, to your point, the rosters, and to Coach Stafford Odom's point, the rosters are going to be fluid, so you're going to get these new players and wonder, okay, where did they come from? Who are they? What's their background? Here's Chloe Welch, a former Davidson Wildcat and St. Joseph's Hawk. Charlotte moving it around the perimeter here. Deja Lawrence, somehow, some way, the former Charlotte 49er and standout at Mallard Creek and Vance High School, playing in her backyard. That's deflected and stays with Greensboro. 11 on the shot clock. Diamond Johnson drives down the left alley. My goodness, just blew by the contact.
She's just got such a quick first step. You've got to do a really good job guarding her getting downhill.
Deja Lawrence answers right back. Back-to-back field goals for Lawrence, the former Charlotte 49er. And now she's matched up on Kamaria McDaniel. McDaniel is hacked. So Deja Lawrence picks up a personal. That is her first personal. And so here's Kamaria McDaniel at the line. Played at the college level from 2017 to 2023 at Penn State, Baylor, Michigan State. That's where she wrapped up her career with the Spartans. Diamond McDowell hits the floor for the first time today for the Charlotte Crown. Division II standout out of Anderson. Greensboro's hitting free throws. 13 of 14 at the line for the Groove. Chloe Welch. Lily Grissett, the former South Carolina Gamecock. Welch. Great defense underneath. Sahara Jones. Shot clock at 6 for Charlotte. Welch, dangerous pass. Lawrence bobbles it, and it's a backcourt violation. Now, had she touched that all the way behind the midcourt line, that would have been okay, but she touched it first on the offensive side of the floor and then touched it again, so it is a backcourt. How has Greensboro regained some control? It felt like Charlotte jumped out and really popped Greensboro these first couple minutes of the third.
Yeah, I think they were playing out of transition when they were able to find some success coming out of halftime, playing their game, getting some steals, getting some stops. And now when you see Greensboro make Charlotte set up in the half court, they're able to get some stops. I think this is a very well-coached team. They've scouted this team. You just heard them call out their baseline out of bounds play, which led to that turnover right there. So I think Greensboro, just whenever they can get Charlotte set up in the half court, they've found a lot of success with their half court defense tonight.
Diamond McDowell wide open. Offensive rebound, Grissett. A second chance for Grissett, and she puts it down. Believe it or not, that is Lily's first bucket of the game. She does have 13 rebounds to go with that.
5 of them being offensive rebounds, so you just wish you could have seen her convert some of those O boards earlier in the game, which that would have put them right back in this game, or take the lead.
And we noticed in Charlotte's home opener when Grissett got the ball on the low block, she was effective. Not even if she was going to try and score, she was just drawing some defenders and then could kick out.
Yeah, we've really not seen her get hit on the block tonight for an ISO play. We've really seen her start the break in transition and then just being gritty on the O boards.
Jasmine Roberts, former Miami Hurricane, brings it up. Here's Deja Lawrence. Great deflection. Gok Dang stays with the crown. Charlotte is 1-1 on the season here in the inaugural season of the UPSHOT League. Greensboro 2-2. Deja Lawrence really dialed in. 8 points. Inside a minute to play here in the third quarter. Jessica Timmons. 9-second difference just about. Check that 11-second difference shot game clock. Chloe Welch, 3, no. Jessica Timmons gets fouled. So free throws for the Groove. That was a great look for Chloe Welch, just couldn't knock it down. Charlotte has only hit 2 threes in this game, and they've attempted 15.
But again, if that's your system, you know, Chloe's a great shooter, that's the shot you want really
right, exactly.
heading into the fourth quarter, because that can give you a lot of momentum to close out those 10 minutes.
Yeah, no doubt. Chloe Welch is a bucket. She's very capable of hitting those threes at a high clip.
She is, and she was confident, ready to take that 3 right there. You just hate for Charlotte to end up with the foul in that possession to send Greensboro.
And they're just making their free throws too. They've only missed 1 free throw in this game. And they have attempted 17 free throws. This is going to be the 18th for Jessica Timmons, the Charlotte native, played at NC State and then Alabama. Shot clock turned off. Greensboro ball.
And you really need to come up with that rebound. If you're Charlotte right there, just miss box out.
McDaniel misses. 6 seconds. Here's Deja Lawrence. Foot on the gas. Lawrence sees the timer, fires away. 1 second, and that's it. Third quarter in the books. 67-55. Greensboro still in control despite a push early in the third from the Crown. Fourth quarter is straight ahead here inside Bojangles Coliseum. Inaugural season of the UPSHOT League. Live on WCCB.
Time to check out the video board for tonight's top performers.
Follow me. Why don't you follow me?
All right, Crown fans, it's time for some trivia in honor of Boots and Buckles night. I have courtside Gianna and Rachel. They're going to tag team this trivia, but fans, if you know the answer to, please feel free to shout it out and help them out. But they're feeling confident, they're feeling good, so let's go with question number 1. Question number 1, in professional bull riding, how many seconds does a cowboy have to stay on the bull for a qualified ride? A, 6 seconds, B, 10 seconds, C, 8.
Like the crowd is saying C. We're gonna go with 8 seconds.
The crowd is saying C. We're gonna go with C. C is the correct answer. Okay, crowd. They're in this one. They're in this one. 1 for 1. Let's see what question number 2 is. True or false? Belt buckles are often awarded as prizes at rodeo competitions. True? All right, let's see if that's the answer. That is the answer. 2 for 2. One more question to go. Let's see the final question. Let's see if they can go 3 for 3. Which U.S. state is most commonly used in a cowboy culture? you today. Crowd fans, let's give Rachel and Gianna a huge round of applause. And Nick and Ellie.
All right, back here inside the Bojangles Coliseum alongside Emery Satoris, I'm Sam Hyman. Boots and buckles night here inside the Bojangles Coliseum. A lot of cowboy, cowgirl hats, boots. People have really shown up and shown out here for this promo night, and the fans having a whole lot of fun. Clearly, they love to see women's professional basketball back in the Queen City.
Yes, and again, we've already said it, but it's a league of opportunity, and it's also an opportunity to really back this city and these professional women's basketball players that we have the opportunity and privilege to see in Charlotte. So really come out to the Coliseum. They've got a home game this Saturday at 7 p.m. Make sure to buy your ticket and come see the action.
So far, the action tonight featured a lot of back and forth, fast pace for both teams, but Greensboro, they're led by Kristen Williams with 21 points. The Groove have led for more than 25 minutes of this game. They've hit 18 of 20 free throws. And they're getting a lot of production from a lot of different people as we start the fourth quarter. Charlotte basketball, Deja Kelly, three-time first-team All-ACC selection. Offensive rebound, the 25th offensive rebound for the Crown. Richardson can't connect. Rebound to Tiana Jones-Bell. Kamaria McDaniel wedges her way into the paint. Jump ball. Now, one thing that has not affected Greensboro in this second half, they actually have not, believe it or not, they have not made a three, Greensboro, in the second half, yet they still lead by 12.
That's why it goes back to those first 5 minutes of the game. You know, Greensboro really took advantage of that first quarter, and it's just been really hard for Charlotte to make a run good enough to really take the lead.
A foul over the back on Tiana Jones-Bell, former Georgetown Hoya, Colorado Buffalo. Charlotte basketball, Crown playing Greensboro Groove. Very first matchup between these two teams, the Queen City versus the Gate City. Deja Kelly brings the ball up the floor. She's got 9 points, a tough shooting night, 3 of 11 from the floor. Kelly guarded by Diamond Johnson. Little pick and roll. McDowell off balance. And that was solid recovery on the part of the Groove. Quick substitution for Charlotte. Michelle Onya, the former Cal Bear, back on the floor. Again, this is her first game with the Crown, picked up and signed today officially. Was previously with the New York Liberty in training camp, WNBA earlier this month, then waived. Foul inside Kamaria McDaniel. And some conversations post-foul between both teams. One thing's for sure about this league to start here in 2026, the physicality is there, and the aggressiveness and the passion. Coach Stafford Odom said after the loss to Jacksonville last Thursday that, yeah, the game was physical, but I actually told my team that we needed to play even more physical at times.
Well, they are doing that, you know, obviously with their 24 offensive rebounds, you got to be a pretty physical team to be able to do that. And Diamond Johnson for Greensboro was adamant that that should have been a technical foul.
She did give the tee up symbol or signal
for quite some time.
Yeah. Here's Kamaria McDaniel. Last game dropped 24 points. despite an 80-76 loss to Jacksonville on Saturday. Again, this is Greensboro's third game in 4 days, all on the road at Savannah, at Jacksonville, and here at Charlotte. And these two teams, Charlotte and Greensboro, will collide later in June. They'll meet again on June 18th, to be exact. Charlotte's actually got 2 road games at Savannah later this week, May 28th, May 29th, Thursday and Friday, before they are back home on Saturday. They'll play 3 straight games, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And that's just the 3rd missed free throw for the Greensboro Groove. They enter the quarter 18 of 20. Charlotte's got to get busy. Deja Lawrence has 12 points. Ball pops out to Deja Kelly. Kelly bullies inside, no dice.
This Greensboro team, they're 2-0 at home and 0-2 on the road so far, but it's nice to have proximity this close from Greensboro to Charlotte. It might feel more like a home game for them, that since it's less than 100 miles away from their home arena as well.
Yeah, great to see it. 2 teams in the state of North Carolina going at it. It's been a very competitive game. Been very impressed with this Greensboro team. They've got 6 people on the squad with some sort of WNBA experience, either signed, drafted, training camp, so on and so forth. And one of their top leaders has the ball, Diamond Johnson, the 2025 MEAC Player of the Year out of Norfolk State. Spent some time at NC State before that. Kamaria McDaniel hits a 3 in the corner. First 3 of the second half for the Groove. Reagan Richardson is shoved from behind, a foul on Diamond Johnson.
Greensboro has done a fantastic job from the three-point line. It doesn't feel like it here in the second half, but they position themselves so well, hitting 7 threes in that first half to really carry this momentum in the lead throughout the whole game.
7 threes on 13 attempts in that first half, so that percentage pretty darn impressive. Wholesale of changes for Greensboro, highlighted by Kristen Williams, who's got a team-high 21 points for the Groove. Kelly just hasn't been her night shooting. Entered this quarter 3 of 11 from the floor.
And that's, we circled Kelly's name at the beginning of the game, and, she's somebody that when she's going, the team's going, and I think the team really carries her energy. So for her to have an off-shooting night, I think it's kind of translated for the whole team. I think a challenge Charlotte needs to have is, who can we really rely on when things aren't always falling for Kelly, because everybody's going to have off nights. It's the game of basketball.
Yeah, and Charlotte had 29 bench points in their loss to Jacksonville on Thursday. It just wasn't enough. Shots still overall just could not fall. Speaking of shots falling, Jessica Timmons, my goodness, what a bucket for the former North Mecklenburg High School standout and Independence High School standout. Speaking of the Charlotte area, Reagan Richardson out of the Cannon School buries the J. She's in double figures with 11 points as we approach 7 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Maya Hollingshed, a whistle and a foul. Actually, timeout. Timeout taken by Greensboro. So we'll take one as well. 7 minutes on the dot in the fourth quarter. Greensboro in control, 73-57, live on WCCP.
On this mob.
All right, back underway inside the Bojangles Coliseum with Emery Satoris. I'm Sam Hyman, 73-57, Greensboro in control. They've led for more than 25 minutes of this game. Look at the hustle, Jessica Timmons draws contact. A foul on Deja Lawrence. So again, if you're just joining us, Greensboro, they really have had control for the majority of this game. First half, a lot of it was the efficiency at the three-point line, 7 of 13 from downtown, 19 of 22 from the free throw line in this game. There are a lot of areas for the Groove that are just downright efficient, effective. Look at this pass, Maya Hollingshed. Former Colorado Buffalo with 7 points. Quick trigger. Reagan Richardson sticks a 3. Just the third 3, believe it or not, for Charlotte. They're going to need a whole lot more of that to mount this comeback.
And I think she claims all 3 of them. If I'm not mistaken, I think Richardson has got all 3 of the 3s tonight.
She has 2 of the 3. 1 to AD Durr.
Yep.
Yeah, but again, still not a whole lot of activity from beyond the three-point line.
Yeah, shooting just about 13% from the three-point line, you know, tonight. That's tough when Greensboro's shooting 40.
AD Durr steps into a 3-ball. And she's had a couple, or Durr, excuse me, has had a couple that have gone halfway down. Jessica Timmons, she hit one from that far out in the first half.
And Greensboro was limited to 2 offensive rebounds going into halftime. They really stepped up their game, you know, here in the second half, which has given them more second chance opportunities, which is also helping them keep the lead when they're not as hot from the three-point line.
One of the things I did hear from a Greensboro perspective, just watching some of the preseason videos on Greensboro's YouTube channel, Coach Janice Washington really highlighted how connected the group is so early in the process of getting to know each other in this UPSHOT League. Maya Hollingshed hits the first free throw. That's something that all of these teams are trying to do. Just get connected as quickly as possible, both on and off the court, because they're both going to translate. It's not easy. It's not easy. As a head coach yourself, like what are some of the things?
Yeah, that's what I mentioned about Greensboro having that off-court time, 3 games on the road, and they had Sunday off, so I'm sure that was some bonding time for them to really get to know each other off of the court and understand we all have the same common goal, which was to come in here in Charlotte and upset them at home. And it's a huge game for Charlotte, too, because not only is this an early game for them, but it's also a chance for them to give the Charlotte crowd their first home win of the season. So they're still searching for that, for that energy here in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Kamaria McDaniel, my gracious. What a bucket. 17 for McDaniel. 5:07 to play in the fourth.
And again, just to shout out Charlotte, another home game this Saturday here in Bojangles Coliseum at 7 p.m. You don't want to miss out the opportunity to watch a pro women's team come to the city for the first time in 20 years.
Yeah, this UPSHOT League season runs all the way through August. So plenty of opportunities to see the Crown and the other 3 teams in the league. A couple of fouls on Charlotte. AD Durr just picked up the most recent. And free throws for Kamaria McDaniel. That was the 5th team foul on the Crown. McDaniel not only has a real good resume when it comes to basketball. We mentioned she played at Penn State, Baylor, Michigan State. but also track is in her blood as well. Her parents ran track. A real athletic family. Michelle Onya rolls to the cup and puts it through.
That two-man game between Kelly and Onya has been great. Her on the roll is going to be really dynamic for the Charlotte team once they can figure it out and really utilize her in the half court. It's going to be huge. You know, again, this is her first game with this team, and so you talk about connectivity. They've not had much time. They signed her today, and she's playing right now, but she's making a really, really big impact on both ends of the floor.
Right there, along with A.D. Durr swatting that ball out of bounds. Michelle Onya definitely looks like she could be a problem for the rest of the league with her size, athleticism, shot blocking ability, also her efficiency. Shot 60% from the floor at Cal in the 24-25 campaign. And look at this, Charlotte forces a shot clock violation. So even if Charlotte's not able to come back and win this game, there's still some moments to learn, grow, and connect on the floor here in the final 4:29. And you can see it in the body language. These Charlotte players, they're still incredibly engaged, and they want to get something out of these final 4:29.
For sure, and you talked about, you know, early in the season, and they're also trying to figure out what lineups work best together, because you can have 5 superstars, but sometimes that doesn't always work for the betterment of the team. So Coach Stafford Odom's also trying to work with lineups and substitutions, rotations, and all that good stuff. So it's an exciting season left ahead.
One thing Coach Stafford Odom said after the loss against Jacksonville on Thursday was, we're going to stick together regardless the circumstance, win or loss. His team is connected as one. Again on the roll, it's Onya, but gets disrupted. Greensboro commits another foul. This is on Jessica Timmons. That's the third on Timmons, 4th team foul.
And you've got to stick together. You know, it's a long season. It's super early in the season. You never know what can happen. You know, right now Jacksonville's #1 in the league, and Charlotte's already proven that they can beat them. So.
And that was a heck of a way to start the season. Charlotte beat Jacksonville 103-95, outscored the Waves 26-14 in the 4th quarter in front of more than 7,000 fans. Jessica Timmons, pump fake, and puts it through. Great evening for Timmons at the office in her backyard. Again, she has got to be thrilled to be playing here inside Bojangles Coliseum. Played at North Mecklenburg High School, Independence High School, right in the area. Timmons is, you Google Jessica Timmons and the amount of accolades and historic things that she has accomplished in her career dating back to high school. She broke a 28-year-old Mecklenburg County girls basketball record for points in a high school career. Just remarkable.
It is, and you know some of her high school coaches and teammates are sitting here in the crowd tonight, so it's incredible that she got to come to Charlotte and put on a show for her city.
Deja Kelly hits the second free throw there. Less than 4 to play in the 4th quarter. Greensboro trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. 3rd game in 4 days. Lily Grissett comes over and intercepts it, acting like a free safety, and gets fouled in the process.
And you have to give credit to Greensboro. They've done a really good job in transition tonight, but also their half-court team, and they've had a lot of really, really good actions that have given them some easy look, high-percentage shots that they can capitalize on, and they've also done a great job on the defensive end as well. You know, Charlotte's a #1 scoring team in this league right now, and to have them held to 65 points with only 3 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter is an incredible job, and tip of the hat to Greensboro on their game plan.
Led by head coach Janice Washington. Spent the last 4 seasons as head coach at Lincoln University, Division II school in Pennsylvania. Before that, head coach at the junior college level, Daytona State, and assistant coach at Campbell, where she played. So she's really been at, no matter the level, she's been there and has done a solid job. This is deflected. Charlotte ball. Deja Kelly peels back. A San Antonio, Texas native. A.D. Durr fires away. Just not going down for Charlotte. Only 3 made triples in more than 20 attempts from beyond the arc.
And you saw the hesitation right there, and you know, at this point in the game, you can't have that hesitation, and if that's their brand of basketball, you've got to remain confident in taking those shots, and it's going to translate to the next game.
Yeah, and as a head coach yourself, when someone is struggling to shoot, and they're a good shooter, you probably tell them to just keep shooting. Keep that confidence.
You do, and you also, you know, you have to adjust to how the game's going, and I think that's something Charlotte can really work on in these next few days before their next game is really executing in the half court when our transition shots aren't falling. What's next for us?
Would the answer to that question, what's next for us if shots aren't falling from the perimeter, probably something like that, right?
Something like that, that'd be nice, yeah.
Get it inside to Lily Grissett and have a high percentage look.
Yeah, and Onya is just going to get better for this team, especially in the half court. I think that's going to be a huge answer for Charlotte, is really finding her rhythm in that half court offense. And then you also have to think, you can't think too much into this because we had 26 offensive rebounds and we just weren't able to convert some easy layups. So sometimes that happens, you just miss layups. And I think tonight Charlotte missed a lot of easy shots tonight that probably won't happen night in and night out.
Certainly Charlotte coming in the highest scoring team in the league. Now it's a small sample size, only 2 games, but averaging more than 94 points through those 2 games. And a Greensboro team that they really have struggled to score over their last 2 games during the losing streak. 67 points, 76 points, and both losses to Savannah and Jacksonville. Here, they're approaching 90, and they are holding Charlotte at the moment below 70 as Kamaria McDaniel hits the first free throw. Jasmine Roberts and Deja Lawrence return for the crown. Meanwhile, for this Greensboro team, the potential, the upside is also through the roof for this group. You want to talk about someone like Diamond Johnson, who was the 2025 MEAC Player of the Year at Norfolk State. Kristen Williams, 15th overall pick in the 2022 WNBA draft by the Mystics, played at UConn. Deja Lawrence hits the jumper. You got Jessica Timmons, who was a 3rd-round pick by the Fever in the WNBA draft this year. Maya Hollingshed, 8th overall pick by the Lynx in the 2022 WNBA draft. You could go on and on throughout this Greensboro roster. It is loaded.
It is, and that's why, you know, we talked about Greensboro having a hard time scoring the basketball, especially these last few games, but you talked about the sample size of it's so small. You know, in Greensboro's locker room, they're not probably saying that we can't score the basketball. They're saying trust and believe and trust the process, and these shots are going to fall. And I think tonight in Charlotte, they definitely did, and that's going to carry momentum over for them in their next games to come.
Amaya Joyner at the free throw line. A 2025 first team AAC selection at East Carolina, and ended up wrapping up her college career at LSU this past year, the 25-26 campaign. So next up for the Groove, they'll be back home inside their cozy confines in Greensboro, North Carolina on May the 30th, this Saturday. That'll be at 4 p.m. against the Jacksonville Waves. Chloe Welch misses inside. Welch, another chance, and she'll head to the line. So the Groove with much needed rest after this 3-game, 4-day stretch on the road. They don't have another game until Saturday, while the Crown get busy with Thursday, Friday, Saturday games.
Yeah, so now it's a flip in a narrative right here. And so, again, you can talk about the Crown. They did a really good job adjusting on the offensive rebounding side, and now we got to look at, okay, transition shots weren't there for us, but we still have to trust our system. But if not, what can we work on at practice these next couple days to make sure we're ready going into this weekend slate?
Chloe Welch, originally from Colorado Springs, Colorado, played at Davidson College for 5 seasons. The 2020-2021 campaign, she was top 25 in the nation in scoring. A sharpshooter for Tricia Stafford Odom this year off the bench.
And talk about Charlotte's bench. They were still productive tonight with 22 bench points. So, again, I think it's just, you know, Kelly's not going to have the best game every night, and she's still got 9 points right now, you know, so we've just got to have some other players step up.
And one of the highlights that I know that we've discussed a little bit throughout the course of this game is the addition of Michelle Onya, and already seeing some glimpses of what the 2-person game could be, the high pick and roll with Deja Kelly and Michelle Onya.
Yeah, it's only going to get better. And when Charlotte's making their three-point shots, it's going to open up that lane for Kelly again and Onya to just dominate that paint.
Amaya Joyner picks up her 2nd personal. And so that'll put Charlotte at the free throw line, where we will see Ebony Walker attempt 2 free throws. 6-foot post player from Las Vegas, Nevada. 6 seasons of college basketball from 2019 to 2025 at Arizona State, Syracuse, Ohio State. She was actually on the Ohio State Elite 8 team with J.C. Sheldon and Cody McMahon. So has been a part of a lot of winning, especially that year at Ohio State. Only a 1-second difference shot and game clock. This has been a big-time statement for Greensboro. This 3-game, 4-day road trip is going to end in a W after dropping the first 2 contests to Savannah, 85-67 on Friday, and then to Jacksonville, 80-76 on Saturday. Credit Janice Washington and the Groove. And they're still playing all the way to the very end. How about the block from Tiana Jones-Bell? There is a foul with 2.2 seconds left on Amaya Joyner, and she looks over to her bench and says, thumbs down. I can't believe it. How is that a foul? Just some humor. Thumbs up, though, for the way that Greensboro played. If you're a Greensboro Groove fan watching, got to be pleased with this performance.
For sure, and they have earned some rest.
That'll do it. Greensboro caps off a 3-game, 4-day road trip with a W in impressive fashion, 89-73 over the Charlotte Crown in the Queen City. The first ever meeting between these 2 franchises goes the way of the Groove. We'll take a quick break and come back to recap this contest. Once again, your final 89-73. Greensboro beats Charlotte here inside Bojangles Coliseum. All the action here on WCCB.
get it drunk, you came and get it on. More than 5 O's in your bank, then get it on. Roll up like that flight, can get it on. Like to fit it on, came to get it on. Hold up, you wanna work that, twerk that. Let me in, let me hurt that, murk that. Say you gotta hurt back. Can't boo, you gotta slurp that. Can't cuddle after we doing it wasn't worth that. So we am responsible for bringing dirt back. Then we back up. She has the bar style and she throwing it up. She drink a little hypno, throwing it up. But I'm only dealing with freaks that wanna cut mine if you agree and one. Can't go to get it played late night on BT Uncut.
Looks like we gonna take over the game.
Sube, 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 sube el volumen. Sube, 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 sube el volumen. Sube, sube, sube.
All right, back inside the Bojangles Coliseum, recapping this second home game of the season for the Charlotte Crown. Doesn't go the way of the Crown. Greensboro wins 89-73. Back with Emery Satoris, I'm Sam Hyman, wrapping things up from the Bojangles Coliseum. Greensboro led by Kamaria McDaniel with 21 points. Kristen Williams also added 21 points. And this Greensboro team, third game, 4 days, all on the road. They shoot 42% in this game. They snapped the 2-game skid. Emery, what impressed you the most about what you saw from the Groove tonight?
They really found their groove, and they really played as a team and found that synergy on the court tonight. In transition in the half court, they dominated the free throw line. They were 27 for 30 from the free throw line, whereas Charlotte was 12 for 19. So that was a big difference there as well. Charlotte, again, you've got to trust the process. You got to trust your brand of basketball. They had 33 offensive rebounds, so they put themselves in position to be able to win this basketball game. It was just an off-shooting night for them tonight. But again, if you're Charlotte, you go into practice, you say we got the shots we wanted, they didn't fall tonight, and now when they're not falling, we have to be able and ready to execute in the half court, and how are we going to do that? But a huge highlight and positive for Charlotte is Onya.
Yeah.
You know, she got signed today, she played today, and she made a huge statement on both ends of the basketball, and I think they've got to really find a way for Kelly and Durr to really play two-women game with her.
I think there's a ton of potential with the front court for Charlotte with Lily Grissett. She grabbed 15 rebounds, and Michelle Onya, to your point, 10 points, 10 rebounds in her debut with the Crown. Very impressive stuff. And still a whole lot of season left. So once again, the final tonight inside Bojangles Coliseum, Charlotte falls 89-73 to the Greensboro Groove. The Groove improved to 3-2 on the season. Charlotte drops to 1-2 on the season. Greensboro is back in action this Saturday at home against Jacksonville at 4 p.m. Charlotte is back in action this Thursday at Savannah at 7 p.m. and then at Savannah again on Friday before coming back home on Saturday, May 30th at 7 o'clock against the Savannah Steel. Again, we want to thank everyone for joining us throughout the course of tonight, the inaugural season of the UPSHOT League, the League of Opportunity. We're just getting this party started. Only 3 games in for the Crown, 5 games in for the Groove. Shout out to our great, outstanding crew behind the scenes making this broadcast possible. Again, for Emery Satoris, I'm Sam Hyman. Good night from the Queen City. Once again, the final, Greensboro 89, Charlotte 73. You've been watching all the action live on WCCB. Good night.